slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. Shalom. I want to start off by saying Kal Halal Yamla Yahweh Basham Yahushai Basham Reka Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us His truth and who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the Akim that is spread around the four corners of the earth, spreading this word in sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. I'm the brother Quatas Absayan, coming back through the spirit and power of Yahweh Basham Yahushai with another lesson, with another prayer, and Lord willing, this video is edifying. Gone. So what I just read was Ezekiel 9 and 6. Let me read it again. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. Gone. So this is speaking about when the judgment is going to come upon the earth, that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is going to send, which Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, Bahashem is in the name, and Yahushai is the name of the person who everybody ignorantly calls Jesus. So when the Most High, when Yahweh sends His angels to destroy everything that is here upon earth, because this earth is run in wickedness right now, then the angels are supposed to spare the men that have the mark. And they should start at His sanctuary, which means Israel, because Israel is a small sanctuary. It's Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai's sanctuary. So to make a small compilation of what it actually means, you have the whole of Israel, and then you have the 144,000, which is going to be together with the innumerable multitude, which is the elect, those two in total, 144,000 and the 1/3 that is going to be in the country of America, Babylon the Great. So those are the 1/3, and then you have the 2/3 of our people who are going to be joined hand in hand with Egypt, Sodom and Egypt, which is America right now. They are going to comply and they are going to be down with the system. So the Most High is telling the angels here to not spare everything that is joined onto this harlot, that is joined onto Babylon the Great, which is joined onto America, needs to be destroyed, except the people, the men that have the mark, and that mark is the mark of exemption. So that's why it says, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. And those are the ancient men, those are the elderly people, the ones that are supposed to know better, the ones that are supposed to teach Israel who they are, So the angels are going to start at the sanctuary of Israel, which is Yashar Allah, which is the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. The angels are going to start at Yahweh Hashem Yahushai's sanctuary. And you can already see that, man. Judgment is being passed on, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are dying left and right now. Through the spirit, you can see that that's happening. The ones that don't have the mark of exemption. So bit by bit, little by little, this prophecy is coming to fruition. You see? So the 2/3 of the people of the Most High, which is Yashar Allah, which is the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American, 2/3 that are in the land, and that land is America, they are going to be done away with. They are going to be destroyed by the angels. And then you're going to have the innumerable multitude and the 144,000, which consists of, which are the 1/3, in the land of America. They are going to be protected. How? They're going to be protected by the mark. And let's go into that mark, because this mark is not the same mark as Revelations 13 and 16 and 15. If we go into the interlinear and the strong concordance, then you go to the word mark. The word mark, it says tawa. And the outline of biblical usage says desire, mark as a sign of exemption from judgment. You see, because the Most High, He's sending the spirits to destroy the ones, let me just go to the scriptures because that's in Sirach 39. Let's see. God, this is Sirach 39, verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made him. Fire and hail and famine and death and all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. You see, so the Most High, He created these spirits to lay on sore sores on the people that are wicked, that are doing wickedly. And it should start at His sanctuary. It should start at Israel. You see? But you have certain men, certain people that are going to have a mark. And that's a mark of exemption from judgment, from all these judgments that these spirits are putting upon the nation of Israel. So today I made a prayer about this mark of exemption, that the Most High, He doesn't puts his terror upon you. So let's go to the book of Jeremiah. Jeremiah 17, verse 17 until 23. This is Jeremiah 17 and 17. Be not a terror unto me, thou art my hope in the day of evil. Let them be confounded that persecute me, but let not, let them be confounded that persecute me, but let not me be confounded. Let them be dismayed, but let me be dismayed. Bring upon them the day of evil and destroy them with double destruction, as we just read. You know, these spirits are created for destruction. You know, they bring the vengeance of the one that created them, which is Yahweh, which is Yahweh. You know, and they appease him, they please him by doing these things that they are ordained to do, by bringing destruction onto the wicked. So in this verse, Jeremiah is explaining, let them be destroyed with double destruction, but please save me, because thou art my hope. Verse 19, thus saith Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai unto me, go and stand in the gate of the children of the people, whereby the kings of Judah come in, and by the which they go out, and in all the gates of Jerusalem. And that's what we're doing. We are the Yahweh, the men, the prophets that have been ordained and set up to stand in the gates and rebuke the nation of Israel, you know, and rebuke and reprove them for all the things that they're doing, because they don't know who they are. You know, they are now in the congregation of the dead, and we are bidding him to the marriage to come to the side of the living, which is these scriptures. Verse 20, and say unto them, hear ye the word of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, ye kings of Judah, and all the inhabitants of Jerusalem that enter by these gates. Come. So our people, we are the kings of this earth, actually. You know, we have been given the most just laws, so we are better than all these nations. As it's written in the Bible, these nations are counted but spittle to the Most High. We are his jewels. We are the apple of his eye. You see? Verse 21, thus saith Yahweh, take heed to yourselves and bear no burden on the Sabbath day, nor bring it in by the gates of Jerusalem, neither carry forth a burden out of your houses on the Sabbath day, neither do ye any work, but hallow ye the Sabbath day, as I commanded your fathers. So we are explaining to the people what the Sabbath day is. You know, if they have any questions, we can explain it to them through the scriptures. You know, in this verse is speaking about how the Sabbath day needs to be hallowed. You know, that's one of the many laws that we have, the 613 laws. You know, if you hallow the Sabbath day, the Shabbat, then the Most High is going to be pleased with you, and he's going to dwell with you. He's going to let Yahushua dwell with you, give you the spirit of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, so that you will be able to bring forth fruit. You see? Let's read on, verse 23. But they obeyed not, neither inclined their ears, but made their necks stiff, that they might not hear nor receive instruction. And that's what you see with these people. When the prophets are standing out in the highways and byways and the gates of the city, then these people, they make their necks stiff. They don't turn back and listen to the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. But that's the way it's supposed to be, because a great number of the Most High's people have to be destroyed, because they heard it and they didn't incline their ears. They heard it and they didn't take action. They didn't take heed. But my sheep shall hear my voice, as it says in the scriptures. So the sheep are not going to be offended, the ones that follow Yahushai in the regeneration. You see? But these people, they don't want to hearken. So terror and destruction is going to come upon them. Done. So going to the prayer that I made, that I translated, this is Jeremiah 17 and 17, that we should be exempt from the terror and the destruction that Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to send upon the earth. Jeremiah 17 and 17. Be not a terror unto me, thou art my hope in the day of evil. And in the Lashawan Kodesh is Laah-thahayah-laya, machathah, Machasya-ahthah, yawam. So this is a very short prayer, so you can learn it by heart. Let me read it again with the understanding thereof. Laah-thahayah-laya. Laah means not. Haya means to be. And laya means to me. La is to, and the ya in the end makes it pursuing to me. So it's Laah-thahayah-laya. So not be to me. And the next word is machathah. La in the beginning, because you have to see this. Hebrew is it consists of compound words. That means many different words joined together. When you join these words together, then it gets a different meaning. It gets a meaning that pursues to something, or it gives the word a different meaning, basically. So when you read la machathah, la is two in the front, and machathah is terror. And the third word is Machasya-ahthah. Machas is hope, and the ya in the end makes it my hope, Machasya, and the ahthah makes it you. So this is also a compound word. Next word is yawam, which is also a compound word, because the word ba is in and yawam is they, and rai is evil. So reading it again, Laah-thahayah-laya, machathah, Machasya-ahthah, yawam, rai. This reads Jeremiah 17 and 17, be not a terror unto me, thou art my hope in the day of evil. So this is a prayer that you can set up so that Yahuwah, you be exempt from the day of judgment, that you, Yahuwah, have that mark of exemption on your forehead, so that when the evil spirits come, that they will not overtake you, and that you might have salvation in the sight of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So with that, I hope this video is edifying, and I want to say Kal Halal Yamla, Yahweh, Basham, Yahushai, Basham Rakak Wadash, Shalom Akim.